All right, despite a major midterm loss, President Obama shows no signs of backing down on his big push for executive action.
I feel obliged to do everything I can lawfully with my executive authority to make sure that we don't keep on making the system worse, but that whatever executive actions that I take will be replaced and supplanted by action by Congress. You send me a bill that I can sign, and those executive actions go away.
So if you send a bill exactly like I want it, I'll sign it. Just how far can he go, and what can the GOP do if he goes that far? We're going to ask that question and a few follow-ups to senior judicial analyst Judge Andrew Napolitano.
Do we have a couple of hours?
I know. But so far, what is his power? Is it within his power to give an executive order to do something as massive as, revolutionizing immigration in this country?
It is, regrettably, it is within his power to do so. But we are still a government of laws. We are still a constitutional republic. He has taken an oath to uphold the law. If he tells the Department of Homeland Security how to process people when they want to come in the country, he can do that. He runs the executive branch. But if he tells Homeland Security and Border Patrol, look the other way when illegals come in, that is violating his oath because it's a failure to enforce the law, and he took an oath to uphold the law. So if the practical effect of his executive order is the opposite of what the law requires, I hate to say this, Republicans don't want to do it, and I understand why. He's a candidate for impeachment.
Well, what about the DREAM Act, what he did a few years ago, when he said if you were brought here as a small child, you can stay here and you don't have to fear deportation?
It's not the DREAM Act. It's the DREAM Executive Order. He basically said, there are 15 laws here. I'm only going to enforce 2. You can break the other 13, and I won't go after you. So if the president decides, oh, there are 12 million illegals here, I'm going to stop deportation, I'm going to send a signal to the people south of the border, come on in, we'll let you in, and once you're here, I won't deport you. He will be violating the law. He will be breaking his oath. He'll be putting a tremendous pressure on the social systems in the United States. And there's nothing that Congress can do about it during his presidency unless they want to kick him out.
All right, let's look at the number of executive orders from presidents we know quite well. Bush 41 had 166. Bill Clinton 364. 43 had 291. And this president just 184.
Sometimes executive orders are good, Brian, because, look, there's 3 million employees in the executive department of the government. If the president issues an executive order, he's basically saying to a class of them, here's how I want you to enforce the law. If that's consistent with the law, it's good. But if it's not consistent with the law, if it says, for example, to Border Patrol, look the other way, that's wrong. That's unlawful. It's then back into Congress's hands to do something about it.
So right now, the president said yesterday, if you don't get me a bill, I'm going to do this thing. You're saying Republicans can do what?
Impeach him. I'm not suggesting they should. I'm aware of the political consequences of that. I recall what happened last time, but that is their only remedy under the Constitution. Now, they could deny him the funds with which to do what he wants, but they can't do it yet because the budget is a year ahead of time. So he already has those funds. Look, just so that people don't misunderstand this, he can't make them legal forever. He can only make them legal during his presidency.
And then once he leaves, it's up to the new president to decide if they want to keep it there. Judge Andrew Napolitano, we're going to get some answers to this because the president vows to do it, I think, before this year is out, and certainly in the lame duck session. Thanks so much.
You're welcome.
All right.